Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise and get straight to the fascinating insights hidden in the material you've shared with us. Today, we're diving into something, well, truly unique, actually. It's a piece of content that uses humor to deliver a surprisingly sharp critique. We're talking about a comedy skit.
Yeah, the source material you've given us is excerpts from a piece titled Scam Africanism, Merch Before Movement Comedy Skit. It's created by Devin McClarty, owned by D Investment Enterprise, LLC. Now, this isn't just any skit you might, stumble upon online.
No, not at all.
It's described as part of the Loop Laugh series and is a proprietary structured vault asset. What that means for us, essentially, is that this isn't just throwaway comedy. It feels like a carefully crafted piece of IP, maybe, designed to deliver a specific message.
Right, maybe even be licensed or adapted. It's got a clear purpose behind the laughs. And that purpose is really, really fascinating. Our mission today is basically to unpack how this comedy, this satire, exposes a very specific critique.
A critique of certain leadership styles and maybe more broadly the whole commercialization of social movements.
Right.
We'll explore the core themes and the humor, the narrative structure that makes the punchlines land so well, and the big questions it raises.
Yeah, questions about accountability, tangible action versus just empty promises.
Exactly. So get ready to see how Scam Africanism takes these real-life red flags, things you might actually see, and just flips them into comedy. And what that can teach you about telling the difference between genuine progress and, well, just performance.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
Let's dig into the comedy. So as we dig in, the first thing that really struck me, even before watching it, was that title, Scam Africanism, Merch Before Movement.
Yeah.
That's quite a statement, isn't it? What's your take on how that sets things up?
Oh, it's brilliant because it immediately tells you, okay, this isn't just for laughs.
Right.
It's a satirical expose. It cuts right to the heart of a specific critique. The briefing document we looked at defines Scam Africanism as this phenomenon where so-called leaders prioritize selling merch, making these grand, unfunded promises over actually building community or driving systemic change. Its explicit aim is to expose the leaders who sell the t-shirt before they build the system.
Wow.
It's incredibly direct.
And that phrase, merch before movement, it just nails it, doesn't it?
Perfectly.
It instantly highlights this tendency for some self-proclaimed leaders to focus on the revenue. Right, the t-shirts, the hoodies.
Merch.
Instead of delivering tangible results or even setting up the basic foundations for what they claim to be doing.
Exactly.
The skit, with its, comedic genius, just shows this merch-first, no-deliverable hustle in action. It's not subtle.
No, and that's part of its power. It's definitely not subtle, and that's why it works so well. If we connect this out a bit to the bigger picture, it immediately makes you ask, for any movement, really.
Yeah.
How do we tell the difference between genuine action and just performance or, pure commercialization? What are those signs, those little tells we should look for beyond the slogans and the charisma?
That's such a vital point, and the skit makes it so vivid. From what we've seen in the material, it's often that immediate pivot to selling something.
Right.
Instead of talking about concrete steps,
Yeah.
the plan, the resources needed for actual change. The first thing out is a product.
It's like, welcome to the revolution. Now buy our branded water bottles.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
almost that blatant.
Yeah, and the skit just leans right into that absurdity. True movements usually have some kind of transparent roadmap, right? Clear goals, maybe some way to show progress, even small steps.
Right, towards the stated goals.
Yeah. The skit forces you to ask, where's the action here? Where's the building? It highlights how easily genuine goals get sidelined for just selling stuff and talking big.
Empty rhetoric, yeah. So let's walk through the skit itself, see how this plays out.
Yeah.
Because the narrative structure is really key to how it lands, both comedically and critically.
Okay.
The whole thing revolves around this central figure, a self-proclaimed Pan-African leader, and you see this person presenting themselves as, initiating this grand liberation movement.
Yeah.
But their actions, through the satire, tell a totally different story.
Right. The timeline in the skit description shows a key moment right at the start. It really sets the tone.
Yeah.
The leader makes this really dramatic public announcement full of, gravitas about launching the liberation of the people.
Okay.
You can almost feel the weight, the hope they're trying to inspire. But what's fascinating, where the comedy kicks in hard, is the immediate pivot right after that.
Oh, the pivot.
Yeah.
It's instantaneous, it's almost whiplash-inducing, and it's hilarious.
Totally.
Before you can even process liberation, they switch gears instantly to offering limited edition Freedom hoodies, only $59.99, emphasizing that buying the merch somehow is supporting the cause. It's that jarring shift.
Contrast. Yes.
1 minute it's historical liberation, the next it's, QVC.
Precisely. The comedy is in that absurd gap between the lofty ideals and the mundane commercial reality. And the skit doesn't stop there. After that initial merch push, the scene moves to what's called a fundraiser that never funds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this part. The leader is seen actively stacking shirts.
Stacking shirts.
Not blueprints, right? Stacking shirts while announcing this huge fundraising goal, $50,000 to build a new headquarters. But they're deliberately vague about the location. It's always coming soon. But no specifics, no details, no timeline.
It's all hype.
It's all hype, no actual plans.
Yeah.
And the visual of them stacking shirts while talking about building, that sells the joke.
And this leads into maybe the most explicit satirical moment, what the skit itself calls out as a red flag.
Okay.
The leader, incredibly, gets the crowd hyped up, leading them in a chant of, no budget, no problem.
Wow.
And the voiceover narrator jumps in, explicitly saying, this is Scam Africanism in action. It's meant to make you laugh, but also kind of cringe.
That chant, no budget, no problem. It's so central, isn't it? Because it really underscores that casual disregard for planning, for accountability, that the skit is trying to expose.
Yeah.
It signals a massive red flag. Because without a budget, without a plan, how can any movement build trust or achieve anything long term?
Right.
It's basically saying, we'll just wing it, which rarely works out beyond, well, selling more hoodies.
Exactly. And that casual dismissal, especially when the crowd echoes it, that's precisely what the skit wants us to notice. It highlights this dangerous complacency, maybe, that lets these merch-first dynamics thrive. It makes you ask, what does it signal when financial planning is just brushed aside by someone claiming to lead?
Yeah.
It signals maybe a lack of serious intent, a focus on performance over actual results.
And the ultimate reveal, the sort of comedic punchline, comes in that final scene description.
Yes.
The leader, speaking quietly to the camera, like they're letting you in on a secret, exposes their true intentions.
Yeah.
The headquarters building, that's pushed to next year's fundraiser.
Of course.
And the focus for this year, it's on the merch infrastructure.
Merch infrastructure.
That phrase,
Yeah.
it really sticks with you, right?
Yeah.
It's chilling because it's a complete inversion of priorities.
Totally.
Instead of focusing on the infrastructure for the community, for change, all the effort is going into the logistics of selling T-shirts.
It perfectly captures the core critique in just 2 words. It's brilliant satire. And it's worth noting the other characters, too, like you mentioned. The crowd, they represent the followers, right? Swayed by the speeches, the charisma.
Yeah, maybe ignoring the lack of substance.
Or just caught up in the hype, chanting, no budget, no problem. And then you have the voiceover narrator.
Right, the guide.
Yeah. Acting as that critical observer, giving commentary, explicitly labeling things as scam Africanism, making sure the audience gets the point, guiding you through the absurdity.
The skit really paints a clear picture of exploiting hype, exploiting emotional investment, doesn't it?
Definitely.
That line, the crowd gets hype, the store gets sales, and nothing gets built, just captures it perfectly. It summarizes the whole problem. You can literally see how the energy, the passion, it gets channeled into buying stuff, not building stuff.
It's a fundamental misdirection. It absolutely is. And if we zoom out again, connect it to the bigger picture, the skit is this really sharp critique of monetizing movements, social or liberation movements, without actually doing anything substantive. It's about how genuine goals can just get sidelined, maybe completely, for commercial ventures and, empty talk.
Yeah.
Which raises that important question again. How do we, as supporters, as people who care, make sure our investments, emotional and financial, lead to real change, not just product sales?
Right.
What are the ways we can demand accountability?
That's such a crucial question because it puts the responsibility back on us, the audience, the potential supporters.
Yeah.
And one way maybe is looking for those concrete plans we talked about, verifiable metrics, A history of actually doing things, not just talking.
Demonstrable progress.
Exactly. Does the movement have a clear budget? Are finances transparent? Are there tangible projects happening, or is it just another T-shirt campaign?
Right.
The skit really hammers that no budget, no problem mentality as the hallmark, the big warning sign.
It truly is. The implied significance here is this deep concern about accountability, transparency, and frankly, the potential for exploitation within certain leadership styles. It highlights what happens when real action gets replaced by selling things and making these grand promises that have no backing.
Yeah.
The skit uses humor to warn us, basically. Be discerning. Look beyond the shiny surface, the compelling speeches.
Ask the hard questions.
Ask, are they really building something or just selling something?
But importantly, the skit doesn't just leave you there feeling kind of cynical or frustrated.
No, there's a twist.
Right at the end, the DPG network logo and tagline appear. We see the hustle, we build the structure.
Powerful. That tagline offers a really potent counter-narrative, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's not just pointing out the problem, it's presenting an alternative, a different approach.
Right.
It suggests DPG Network is focused on spotting these fraudulent hustles, like the Scam Africanism depicted. And by implication, they're committed to building real, sustainable structure. It's a reminder that while some might prioritize merch infrastructure, as the skit brilliantly puts it, others are focused on the actual foundational work. It shifts the conversation from just critique to demonstrating a commitment to tangible progress, accountability.
So what does this all mean for you, listening in, this deep dive into Scam Africanism, merch before movement? Well, it shows us how satire isn't just for laughs.
Not at all.
It can be an incredibly powerful tool to shine a light on critical issues. It highlights that stark difference between big promises and actual results, the way emotional investment can be exploited, and the real dangers of that merch before movement approach. It reminds us that comedy can sometimes get at truths that serious discussions might miss.
Indeed. The skit really encourages all of us to look beyond the hype, doesn't it? To question that immediate pivot to selling things.
Yeah.
And to demand transparency, demand accountability from anyone claiming to lead a movement for change. It leaves you with a powerful thought, really something to chew on.
Okay.
When you encounter a movement, when you're asked for support, how do you figure out if they're truly focused on building that vital, lasting structure that makes a real difference? Or if they're just focused on selling the merch?
Something to definitely mull over until our next deep dive.